Hey everyone, it's Allanda. Welcome back to Living on Zepbound. Today's video, I'm going to give a part 2 to my whole situation with my insurance company and where I'm going to go from here. So, just quick recap. My name's Allanda. I'm a 47-year-old mother of 6. I am on a weight loss journey. I'm currently on 10 milligrams of Zepbound. This is week 35 on the medication, and thus far I have lost 57.7 pounds on Zepbound. So I work as a teacher, and I work for a school district who has decided and elected not to cover GLP-1 or any kind of weight loss medication. In years past, they did, but because of the cost and I guess all us fat teachers, they have decided it's not cost effective. There's a cost risk or risk cost. I don't remember what the lady kept saying, but basically they're not covering it, and they're not covering it under any circumstance. So that leaves me to pay out of pocket $550 a month. In January, the price will go up to $650 thanks to Eli Lilly. I am paying $550 with the savings card, but yeah, that's still kind of hard. So throughout this whole journey, throughout all 35 weeks, I've been taking it month to month to month, and I knew that at some point I would run out of funds to cover my Zepbound. I actually made a little joke. I don't know. I think it's a joke. May not be a joke. But paying my monthly Zepbound is like paying for childcare, but I don't have a child. And that's kind of where we are right now. I am paying the money. I'm maneuvering the family budget to make it happen. This month has been ugly. Like I said, I have 6 kids, 3 of which their birthdays are in October. I have twin daughters who just turned 18. They are seniors, and I can't even tell you the amount of money we've paid for college applications, college transcripts. There's one more thing to have their SAT and ACT test scores sent. I would say that's probably 3 months of Zepbound right then and there. So my savings has started to dwindle. I don't do credit cards. I tend to get in trouble with credit cards. So I don't do credit cards. I use cash, and if I don't have it, I don't have it. And so I know next month I ain't gonna have it. But moving forward, I did want to kind of give you a game plan of where I plan to go. If you recall, a few months back, I did a video. I'll post it right here, the little face. I did a video talking about 3 key terms to help you get your insurance approved. Now, some of y'all have been great and y'all got y'all's approved. I wish I could say the same. But some of the key terms, and I have notes here because I'm not familiar with these terms. These are not terms that I use in my day-to-day life, so therefore I'm a struggle. Prior authorization, that's what most of us know. You know, your doctor sends a prior authorization saying that you need this medication. A coverage exemption form, your doctor would send that and say, hey, I know y'all don't cover this, but can you make an exemption? And then a benefits coverage request, and that's something that you as the patient would then send to your insurance. So these are 3 terms that I am very new with, but now I am very pro with, because I have been trying to get my insurance to cover it. Now again, my insurance and my school district are 2 different things. School district said no, so then I went to the B's, you know, BBBF. I went to them and was like, hey, this is working. This was my benefits coverage exempt. I had a stack of papers like that included all my weigh-ins, all my measurements. I only measure myself once a month. But I included all of that, all my medications, all the medications that I've gotten off of since being on Zepbound. It included my sleep study, my current numbers based on my CPAP machine, Also did a body index. I included those results. I gave them all kinds of information. Tons. These are the B people. I sent it to the B people. And then I received I'm gonna have to cover this a little bit. I received a no, all the way across. And I actually got two of these. I got one from Express Scripts, because they're my prescription provider, and I got one from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas, because that's who my industry. So they and this is the funny part. So I sent this. Well, yeah, I sent it for 10 milligrams. Okay, now I gotta go backwards. Okay, so I sent it for 10 milligrams. Can you see where my thumb is? And I also sent one for 7.5 milligrams. I got 4. 2 for each. They were like, no, and no, and no again, and no again. So, yeah, they said no. But then Blue Cross Blue Shield was cute and sent me, gosh, gotta fold all these papers. This whole benefits provision. So I filled that out and I sent it to Blue Cross Blue Shield. And then they reached back out and said, we have some more forms for you, ma'am. I already made copies of this. So then I got this paperwork saying review by independent review organization. So I filled all this out and I sent it to them asking for the 10. By that point, I was like, I ain't worried about 7.5. I don't know what's going to happen. And I mean, it's multiple sheets to this sheet. But I filled it out and I sent it. Ugh. And then in September, I got another no. After I did all that, there was no. But then they sent me a letter that said, we are going to assign you a case management person. So this case management program, we're going to connect you with a person. And I feel so sorry for Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy, thank you. Thank you so much. Miss Kathy tried for like 5 or 6 times to reach me. Unfortunately, I'm a school teacher, so she kept calling me during school hours. And the moment she would say, this is Miss Kathy, your case management specialist from Blue Cross Blue Shield, I'd go, yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of class. Please call me after 3. But wherever she is, it's like 4 o'clock, the end of her day. So we just kept missing each other. Eventually, we did touch base. And when we touched base, she talked about me getting a healthcare advisor, me seeking out support. She also gave me information about Blue 365. So it's a website I could get on. I could get meal prep, pay a $100 monthly fee, and basically it's like Nutrisystem, but it's not Nutrisystem. And I'd get weekly or monthly meals based on what I need, based on what my health advisor said. Also with Blue 365, there's some gym membership discounts. There's discounts for Fitbits, all kinds of stuff, but not what I asked for. So even when I spoke with Miss Kathy, I was like, is there any way that my health advisor could then say, you know what, I think Allanda needs Zepbound? And she said no. Because my actual insurance, the school district, they're not going to cover it. And Blue Cross Blue Shield doesn't see a reason to spend the money on you to have that coverage when they are providing you with so many other options for weight loss. Yeah. it's kind of like, you don't think I used some of that before? You don't think I was on Nutrisystem and I received this big ass box with all the food? I still don't know how it all stayed good. But hey, big ass box. I did that. I have shoes. I have Fitbit. I used to have Fitbit. And I have Apple Watch that is now broken. So that's a whole nother ordeal. Yeah, my Apple Watch doesn't work. That's why I don't wear it anymore. It stopped working. It stopped connecting to my phone. So I get my daily notification on my phone, but then the next day it restarts. So yeah, fun times, right? Fun times. But long story short, Blue Cross Blue Shield is not going to cover my medication. My school district is not going to cover my medication, which I don't blame them. I gained weight. I am in this situation because of my own actions. I take that. I hear it. But can a girl get some help? Just need a little help. Just a little financial help. So that put me on the path of what's going to happen when I run out of the funds. Now, if you recall, I am a school teacher, and I don't teach, I don't have a conference period. I teach all 7 classes all day. And last year it was a beauty that the amount of money I was getting every month was $550. Actually, I think it was $560 or $550. I can't remember. But it was basically the same amount of money that I was using for the medication. And that ended in May. So June, July, August, and September, I had to use really budget money or my savings to pay for Zepbound. Now, that money goes for other things. Like right now, I love my car, but my car is making a really weird noise. So I know I'm gonna have to take it to get serviced. Anytime I put somebody in a car, I'm like, can you hear it? And they're like, yeah, I hear that. Do you know what it is? And they're always like, no, I'm not a mechanic. I'm like, oh. And then, I chauffeur my kids around. So sometimes they have friends in the car and I'm like, hey, can you hear that? And they'll be like, oh yeah, Miss A, I hear that. Like, yeah. Do you know what it could be? And they'll be like, no, I'm not in mechanics. All right. So I know I'm gonna have to take care of that. And like I said earlier, I don't do credit cards. I tend to pay cash or come up with some kind of payment plan. So yeah, my car's a little scary right now. We just gonna keep praying on her. She gonna get all the prayer loves out there. But I've digressed. I like to ramble. So let's go back to my insurance situation. There was a time when I was on Syndaxa, and Syndaxa did me dirty. She did me dirty. Every time I moved up in a dose, she would knock the crap out of me, and I would be literally on the floor crawling to the bathroom so I could vomit and then just pass back out. So I have one box, brand new. I did open it on another video, but past that, it has not been used, but it is due to expire February of 2025. That is a $1,200 box of medication sitting in my refrigerator. So I have spoken with my doctor, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. So this Friday, I am not going to be giving myself my Zepbound injection. I do still have 2 pens, so I am going to be giving myself my Syndaxa shot. The pens that I have should be a 30-day supply of pens. So that'll give my budget a little woo while I try to figure out some things. Now, next week I'm off. So if it's gonna do me dirty, which I do believe it'll treat me nice, I'll be home all week. I can deal with any other side effects. Now, true transparency. When I was on Syndaxa before, I was not changing my eating habits. I was not working out. I ate and I drank what I wanted when I wanted. It did curb my appetite. I can tell you that, because my coworkers would ask me like, oh, you're not eating, and I would eat, but then I would stop because I hadn't changed my portions control. So they would just see me with a big plate, and then I'd eat like that much. So, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to lose weight and I don't need to eat all this food, but yet I prepared it on a big ass plate. I did that. So I think now that I have these lifestyle changes in place, or these adjustments in place, I should be okay. But like I said, I'm off next week, so I'm going to utilize that time to figure out if Syndaxa is going to work for me. That girl going to work for me. I don't care. If I'm just down and out for the next week, I'm just down and out. I can't let that medication just rot away. Now, I am still waiting on my doctor to tell me if she wants me to start at the smallest dose or if I can go ahead and just jump to a 3. If I jump to a 3, that's a 30-day box I have. If I start at the smallest dose and then titrate myself up, it's a 6-week dose of medication. So even more of a buffer. But again, every time I move up, she just, it is not cute. It is not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. But hopefully I can just go to 3 and then work that out. What else? Oh, good news. I've had some great people like Elaine. Elaine suggested that I contact PlushCare, and I did. And I actually signed up for a consult so I could get on tirzepatide as my backup for once I finish with Syndaxa. But my appointment, I think it's Wednesday of this week. I could have got one sooner, but I was just being difficult because I was worried about the money aspect. Like once I get the approval and they send in the prescription, I was worried about the money part. So I was like really taking it slow. And then I guess I made that appointment on Monday of last week. Monday for this Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday because I have a little paycheck. Oh, I didn't tell y'all about this, so I'll get back to that. And then I also made an appointment with Lavender Sky Telehealth. And that's who I'm actually going to get my tirzepatide mix combo from. This all panned out literally on the day that the FDA pulled tirzepatide. Sad but true. So I have a 22-year-old son who's in the military, and he's at school. He's at school in the military, and he has a credit card here at the house as a backup safety kind of situation because I don't do credit cards. And he and I were talking, and he was like, "Mom, just put the medication on my card and just pay it off." And I was like, "No, I get in trouble. Don't give me your card. Don't you do it. I'm gonna go shopping. Don't do it." Some things I can't control. Some things I'm still having problems with. So, we got to talking about the medication and how I'm doing, and basically for my tirzepatide, I did pay. I paid $725 for 2 months supply. I did. I paid $725 for a 2-month supply, and I had to put it on my son's credit card. Did I have to? No, but I did put it on there. I wasn't gonna hear his mouth anymore, which I did. I put it on there. I'm not gonna get into the whole argument because I was crying on the phone. He was crying on the phone. It's just a whole lot. So, putting my health first, and what I need to do. And, you got supporters out there, and sometimes we need help when we don't want help. And sometimes, you recognize when you need the help. So did that. What else? Y'all may have noticed that I told y'all on my last video that I hadn't been tracking my numbers. And that was my bad. That was literally my bad because I was acting like a brat. When I got all these no's from my insurance companies, I just threw a little tantrum. I was like, well, fine. I'll just do what I want to do. So I stopped documenting. So that's why I got off. Week 30 was the last time because I was just done. I got all those no's in the mail all at the same time. And then with that other page that came later, fill this one out. So I filled that one out. And then a week later, I got, no, we're still not going to cover you. And then I had Miss Kathy calling me. So I was just pissed. I was pissed. I was throwing a temper tantrum because there was nothing else I could do on my end to have control over my own health and my future. To be honest, my future health. I had nothing left. So I just stopped recording my numbers. Because in my mind, I was like, they ain't getting that. I ain't giving them my numbers no more. They don't even want my numbers. They don't even want my numbers. But, yeah, I was acting like a child. I'd even talked to my sleep doctor, and my sleep doctor, she's so sweet. She was like, well, Allanda, come in. You know, we can do another study if you want to do a sleep study, and I can actually suggest that you need Zepbound to help with your sleep apnea. I said, I don't think they're going to cover it. So I then called Express Scripts again. I spoke with a very rude Nathaniel, who eventually said, well, let me get you on the line with a nurse practitioner. And she was a sweetheart. I think her name was Helen or Haven. She was a sweetheart. But Nathaniel, no, sir. Once she started telling me, well, yes, and this, and this, and this. Once she got off the phone, because it was three of us, me, him, and her, he went right back to, we ain't gonna cover that. So why you get on the line and have her saying that they will cover it under this, that, and the other? Yeah, but I'm just telling you right out, they're not gonna cover it. You're wasting your time. They're not gonna cover it. All right. Yeah, he was just rude. He was rude all the way around. Maybe he felt like I was wasting his time, but dude, that's your job. That's your job, not my job. My job was to call and ask about my health and my health insurance, and if y'all would cover it if my sleep doctor said I needed it. That was a yes or no. But you chose to call her. Again, talk about mad. I was mad. So, long story short, Allanda. On Friday, I'm giving myself Syndaxa, and I will do that for the next 30 days. After that, I will then use the compound because it should be coming in next week. The compound tirzepatide. I bought 2 months worth, so that will at least get me towards Christmas. Towards, not through, but towards Christmas. And then I still have 2 10-milligram pens left. My other half works for a school district that does cover the medications, and we are looking into a domestic partnership, but no one from his school district has called back. I called, sorry, there was a bug. His people have not called back, and then I called, and they have not called back. We've just keep leaving messages. So that's where I stand on my medication. I still need the tirzepatide. It still works for me, and at this point, it is what it is. I do have an account with Orderly Meds, PlushCare next week, and then of course Lavender Sky. I tried to go with people who were cheap. And I say cheap, but I mean like they didn't have monthly fees. Like I wasn't paying $79 for that month. But if I need to call in a prescription, I had an option. They're all about the same price. But they also all three work with different compounding pharmacies. And with everything going on right now, one of them might be like, no, we're not doing it no more. I still got the other two kind of waiting. I'm new patients for all three. PlushCare, I was able to use my insurance, and I had a $25 copay. Lavender Sky was $69 as a new patient. And Orderly, I didn't pay anything. I had to put a credit card on file, but I put a card on file. It wasn't a credit card. I put my bank card on file. But they don't charge you until you place an order, and I haven't placed an order. So I am covered with the tirzepatide as long as they cover tirzepatide not covered, but as long as the pharmacies are still going to be utilizing. If push come to shove, I forgot to tell you, but I remembered. Like I said, I teach on all 7 periods. Even this year, it was questionable. It was getting a little dicey, but they have yet to pay me since the start of school for covering my all 7 periods. So either next paycheck, which is why I moved that date for the telehealth, or the November paycheck should be a very beautiful extra set of money, because they haven't been paying me on my extra class for working on my conference. Somehow someone just dropped the ball. It is what it is. Everyone else in my department is getting their fee, or their money is just, they went this and skipped this box and hit that box. And so that caused me not to have my paycheck. I have my regular paycheck, I just don't have my extra money on my paycheck. So again, that really hit my family hard, and with the insurance not covering it, I'm definitely having to make adjustments. I am definitely Zepbound poor. It is what it is. My daughters had their birthday this weekend. They both turned 18, so twin girls birthdays. So what do? Oh yeah, we did this. We made a list, and we did this like a month ago. We made a list of all the places that give out free stuff on your birthday, and then we got all those apps, and that's what we did on Saturday. We ran around and got them all kinds of free stuff. Yeah, they ate a lot. They got a lot of food. Bath and Body, Sephora, Crumble, Cheesecake Factory, Buffalo Wild Wings, Nothing But Cakes. I mean, that's what we did. We just drove, and they had a fun time. They even got a lottery ticket. One of them won $1 off the little scratch off. So, no, I couldn't take them and all their friends to dinner. That is not in the budget. But we made it work, and so they enjoyed their birthday. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm all over the place. But you have my plan. You know what I'm doing. If you are battling with your insurance company, keep these 3 words in mind: prior authorization, cover exemption, and benefits coverage request. Like I said, I know it worked for some of y'all. It did not work for me. I tried. But don't count me out. I need to live, and I need to lose the weight. So yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Hey everyone, I just had to share this with you because I just picked up my mail, and I got something from Blue Cross Blue Shield. And as you know, I just recorded about Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I can't really show, but okay. I'll read it. Thank you for choosing Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas for your health care needs. Now, I do have 2 insurances, and they're both through Blue Cross Blue Shield. You and one of your dependents have the eligibility, my phone's ringing, for the next 12 months to choose your prescription drug coverage. We'll see how this pans out.